Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2016 Disney Pixar animated feature film Finding Dory. This stars Ellen DeGeneres, Albert Brooks, they're back respectively as Dory and Marlin. Ed O'Neill, Caitlin Olsen, Hayden Roland, Ty Burrell, directed by Andrew Stanton and Angus MacLean. I was very confused why Angus joined this in the director's standpoint because Andrew Stanton directed the first Finding Nemo, so I didn't understand why there was a co-director for Finding Dory because Andrew already did it. Like, I still don't get it. But this movie was slated for so many years, and Ellen DeGeneres was so excited about it. She couldn't really talk about it. She could only say certain things. But it was supposed to come out in like 2013, I think. But it kept getting pushed back and kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, and finally came out in 2016. This was a great movie. It wasn't as incredible and uplifting as the first one, but it took us back to baby Dory. So where did Dory come from? Her family? How did she become all by herself? Because hippotangs normally swim in a school, so like why was she by herself? You know, when she met Marlin and Nemo in the Great Barrier Reef. So Sigourney Weaver is also a part of this as well. This is a great story. Dory is trying to remember like her parents. She's trying to remember where she comes from, and she gets separated from Marlin and Nemo. So then she, you know what? We're just going to read the little blurb right next to me, just to make this easier for everyone. When Dory, the forgetful blue tang, suddenly remembers she has a family who may be looking for her, which is exactly what I said, she, Marlin, and Nemo take off on a life-changing quest to find them, with help from Hank, a cantankerous octopus. I don't know what that word means. He's got 7 legs, so he's a septopus. Bailey, a beluga whale, who's convinced his biological sonar skills are on the fritz, and Destiny as nearsighted whale shark! Exclamation point. Dive into the movie. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So, Nemo, Marlin, and Dory eventually wind up at this marine institute where they meet some seals. They meet Becky, who's a fish. Becky, who's a bird who picks up the fish in a bucket. But Dory does eventually wind up in a quarantine tank where she meets Hank the octopus, who then puts her in a what's it called? Coffee pot. Thank you. And she's got like an armband on her that's referencing that she's going to be released back, that she's going to go to this aquarium in Cleveland. And Hank wants to go to the aquarium in Cleveland because he doesn't want to go back in the ocean because it's terrifying in the ocean. So he makes a deal with Dory to, like, if he helps her find like where her parents are as she's remembering certain things, that she is actually from this Marine Institute, then she'll give him the armband or whatever. So eventually she remembers things. She meets Bailey and what was the Destiny? Bailey and Destiny. One is a beluga whale, one is a whale shark. That's where Dory learned how to speak whale, you know, in Finding Nemo. And they were pipe pals. They would speak whale through the pipes, which is pretty entertaining because all the pipes are connected and then all the pipes lead to the ocean. So by the time Dory eventually gets to the, you know, giant exhibit that her family was a part of, it turns out that all of the blue tangs, all of the blue hippo tangs are being transported to another aquarium, but she could not find her parents. So the blue tangs were saying that, oh, you know, when you got sucked into the, you know, undertow, your parents went looking for you. So they've been in the ocean looking for you. So then eventually Dory winds up back in the ocean with the help of all of her friends. And then Marlin and Nemo, of course, as well. And then she sees all of these different shells lined up to this particular little, like, hut, if you will, by the docks. And it turns out her parents have been leaving trails of shells for Dory to find her way home. And that was a little trick that they did when she was little, because she has short-term memory loss, that as long as she remembered to find the shells and follow the shells, she would always find her way home. So it was a beautiful, heartfelt moment of the parents getting back together with Dory again, and then Dory saving all of the fish being transported from Cleveland when they all literally hijack a truck with the help of Hank the Septopus. And all of these different seals and otters and baby fish and all these different sea creatures and sea marine life. It was such an entertaining scene watching a high-speed car chase with fish driving a truck to get back to the ocean. I thought that was so entertaining. But this had its cute moments. and Sigourney Weaver is like the narrator of the Marine Institute, so I thought that was pretty neat. And Dory literally says, "Oh, my friend Sigourney Weaver" at one point, and it was just funny. It was a good heartfelt movie. The first one is much better than this one because we did not expect the amazingness of the first movie and all of its glory. Camp Wanahakalugi, whew, nothing beats that. But this was great. This was a great sequel. I will give it that. I did enjoy it. Again, I don't know why there were two directors to this project. I'm sure somebody has that fun trivia fact for me. But Finding Dory 2016, 4 years ago. That was a long time ago, now that I think about it. But it's still such a wonderful movie. I live on Long Island, right? There's water all around me. It's literally an island. It's fun seeing sea life stuff because like I am familiar with sea life stuff and marine life stuff. So I feel hometown heroed on that front. So it's always a good thing to see that. Disney Pixar's 2016 Finding Dory. It's on Disney Plus currently. Go check it out. Mucho mahalo.